Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Yes, James. Why? How are you?
Good. How
great.
are you? Thank you.
You look swell. I came in this morning. We did American Party live just before this on YouTube. Forgive us for being a little late today, but we thought we would try to go live 3 times today and see what happened on YouTube. Apparently, a lot of people are off work, either for Thanksgiving or just COVID in general.
Right.
And that has been the response of like, hey guys, could you go live once or twice more a day? And I was like, meh, we'll give it a go.
We give the people what they want.
We'll see how it is.
is.
Craig said looking a little dark there on the left side, Ross. I don't know if I am.
Don't know what that means. Craig,
it's a weird comment.
Our producer, Craig, from afar. Craig.
Welcome to the Nooners in there. We started at 1 today. Sorry about it. Sorry, Richard Danoff. I apologize again. We were trying to go live 3 times today. A lot of people had asked for more content. So American Party was up first. Ross Patterson Revolution is up second on the network on Drinkin Bros podcast on the YouTubes. And then we will have Drinkin Bros fake news live this afternoon as well. So
absolutely,
we'll give it a go. The dream would be to turn this into just a full 24-hour TV network, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here because we're splitting off Drinkin Bros Sports, and that's going to crank up soon. You're going to see Fake Dan and Papa Giorgio on there. But when we walked in, because we switched sets and all that other stuff, I looked over. You've got a bottle of Screwball whiskey on your desk.
I do.
Which I'm a fan of. And I was like, man, it seems to have been opened.
It's autumnal. We opened it. We opened it a long time ago on Broettes live.
Oh, I didn't know if you were just drinking before I walked in. I was like, man, you boozing?
You know me better than that. I have an alcohol alarm that does not go off until 4:30.
You cruising for a boozing? Is that what you're doing, James? You can booze up all you want. Hammer the like button if you're watching on YouTube right now. Got to the bottom of that Post Malone stitch. I got a bunch of messages yesterday from all you guys. And yes, it was indeed ripped. We got a hold of some of the guest agents last night, and they had no idea. They thought it was our production and everything else. So we did get confirmation on that yesterday, and everybody was like, look, man, we're happy to turn in all the text, emails, and all that stuff, and you guys can file a big fat lawsuit if you want. And I said, look, man, I create a million projects and everything else. I know that road. Again, it's 3 years. You settle for $50K, and Facebook or whoever it was will try to say that the show wasn't profitable, yada, yada, yada. So no, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I will move on with my life. And the new book's coming out soon too, December 8th. As the sun rises, it dawns on him, which will be available in paperback on that day, by the way. I know I said that yesterday. It's not listed because you can't list it. It prints so fast that you have to list it on the day. So it'll go out at like midnight, I think, on the 7th. And then you can get that and it'll be available like boom, like in your hands in 24 hours. So same with hardback and all that other stuff, which will be fun, Jabes, but not as fun as SoulCycle seems these days.
Oh, SoulCycle. Problematic forever.
Yeah, you were chatting about this on the way, and I heard you and Fake Dan talking about it. I actually don't know this story, so you're going to have to fill me in on this one.
Okay, so SoulCycle instructor is accused of sex with clients, fat shaming, racism, and more. Now look. SoulCycle has been this very elite, cult-like, expensive cycling studio, mostly in LA and popping up around.
Yep.
So it's always been kind of widely known that you better have your shit together if you go to SoulCycle, right?
Yeah.
You better be good enough to keep up. You better be able to deal with the shit, right?
Yep.
I mean, you're paying per class.
Yeah.
So it's like you have some money.
You have some money.
You're invested.
But you also
rich people's
know
shit.
It's rich people, but they definitely put a lot of importance on looking good, just like any other super elite athletic gym or organization, right? They put a lot of emphasis on looking good and being really in shape and being the face of their corporation outside of being in the thing.
Yeah.
So this is like widely known. Why people are bringing allegations of, racism, fat shaming. Also, all these instructors are like sending nude photos to clients and
sex with riders. Duh.
That's probably the only reason you join to teach that class is so you can have sex with people in the class, right?
Absolutely.
So if you're an instructor and you're not boning half the class, what's the fun of it?
And if you know anything about personal trainers or people that do fitness,
gym culture
I
worked at a gym for 6
living,
months.
right?
Like,
those motherfuckers party harder, have more sex. Like they're just, you know what I mean? Because they deprive themselves so much that when they actually do shit, they go crazy.
Yeah, they do shit,
right? And they all look good, and it's all like endorphins flowing and. Shit goes down.
Gross.
Yeah. You get 2 vodka like waters in you.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't eat anything, right? Protein only.
Right.
So
You've
it's
been
just
fasting.
like.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it.
Yeah. Look, man. I'm not shocked by any of this. I understand all of it. Yes, if you're a SoulCycle instructor, you should be boning the entire class because let's face it, you're probably making $50 a day after taxes in LA. So you might as well be getting something out of it, right?
Yes.
The other thing is about only wanting good-looking people to work out there. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Most of them have a huge window that faces the street. If I popped my head in and saw a bunch of fatties, who are 400 pounds, grunting on these goddamn things, I don't want to go in there because half the allure of Los Angeles is looking in on these classes like Barry's Boot Camp or SoulCycle and thinking to yourself, hey, man, I wonder if I joined that class, if I could bone those people in there.
Right.
That's the thing with it,
Sure.
I have 3 friends. You know all of them, obviously. 3 of my best friends. They are still single or, well, maybe not single, but just not married.
Sure.
And that's all they do is look for these people in these classes. They go to these classes or they teach these classes, and then they bone the people that are in there, and it becomes your cult. You talk about your carb count. You talk about your macros and all that other stuff when you get home. And that is a part of your life. So, yeah, I'm not surprised by this. What was the one you were saying about the pregnant woman?
Oh, yeah. So Dan was posing the question. I guess the fat shaming situation came from a pregnant lady being in the front row, which is famously coveted for the best looking, the best writers, the like whatever.
Right.
Most intense.
Intense, the people that are going to like get everybody else going. So there was a pregnant lady in the front and the instructor was like, oh, no, I need you to move to the back in the corner, and had someone better looking move and in better shape move to the front and take her spot. Other instances include a black woman putting on a bandana like halfway through and the instructor saying, whoa, Aunt Jemima. And so you know what I mean? They're in the moment, they're cycling and they just say whatever.
They're saying it in the microphone, right?
Yeah.
It's like a Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation type microphone stitch. Now with the pregnant woman, were they worried that the baby's legs were going to come out and pedal faster? Or
yeah, I mean, you could also. I mean, Dan was saying the same thing. Like, is that cool to be even?
Like, are you allowed to go up and down that fast?
I mean,
with a baby?
I've seen it before. I've been in cycling classes, not that hardcore, but have gone to like Yaz or whatever.
Because you're never supposed to shake the baby, right? You're
not supposed to not shake the baby, but at a certain month, like maybe 7-8 months, like you can walk, you can do, you know what I mean? You're trying to get it out.
That baby has to pay that drop-in fee though, right?
Yeah, the what?
For the class at
Yeah,
that age.
he's
After
probably-
third trimester, I think
that's
the
what they're
baby.
getting at.
Yeah,
Are
has
they
to sign
charging
up.
for the baby? Is that what they're? Yeah,
they're like, are you gonna get an extra person in here without
the
paying?
$35 for the baby, because the baby's getting a workout.
Sure.
Now, what I think would be interesting about that is if they did a scan of the baby,
Right.
and then determined whether or not the baby was potentially good looking enough or thin enough to be in that class.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
I think that's what it probably was.
Sonogram, some form of ultrasound, where they're like, "Can you bring in the ultrasound pics? Because we need to see if that baby's good looking, or if their eyes are a little too close together, like the guy from The Bachelorette."
Sure.
Ed.
Phys
Ed.
I think they were
Special
like,
ed.
we don't want an Ed.
No, we don't.
Right?
Definitely don't want an Ed.
You have the
rolling around.
YouTube up on yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay, with
Yeah.
comments and stuff. All right.
Yeah. You don't. Huh? I told you that. You called me on the way, and you go, "Hey, you'd already left the house," and you go, "Can you grab my computer?"
Yeah.
And I said, "You don't need it. You look beautiful without one." And it's not like you're using it for anything. You're not using it for anything. And you have a way nicer computer. I bought you a way nicer computer than myself. That is completely worthless. And I love you for it. Now, SoulCycle, on the other hand, let's not be surprised about any of that. Like, that's what you're paying for, man.
Right.
You go in there, you want the best of the best. You want everybody to be great looking and all of that shit. It's Los Angeles, all right? There should be another, call it something else. Call it Fat Cycle for the rest of those losers, you know?
Yeah, well, let me just say this too. Like, I don't condone any of this happening, but we all kind of know that it is. So if that's the kind of environment that you want to be in, go for it.
I
just don't.
SoulCycle, I'm on your side with all this shit. Shame every single one of these people. It's your
that's what it
company.
takes.
It's your brand, and if that's what it takes for you to be thinner and look better, do it, dude.
Sure.
Shame the woman and her baby. Shame her into thinking she's got to get in there 3 days after giving birth to lose that baby weight. Like, that's what you're paying them for.
Yeah.
Shit, I would if you're paying that much for SoulCycle, dare I say you should say worse. You know? Like, I'm talking about going to their Facebook, live on, you know, as you're cycling, pull up like their girlfriends and shit like this and be like, is this who you actually want to marry? Or do you want better out of this life, Brian? You know, or whoever else is in there.
Right.
So that's what I would do personally, like really get full mental on people in there. And I think if you're looking for the next level of workouts, I think a shame cycle type sitch, if you just called it shame cycle. Remember like Dick's Resort where you go in? It's a terrible food, but they serve it to you and they make you wear a hat that says you're an asshole on it, or they'll throw the food on you. All that type of shit. Like, let's take SoulCycle to the next level where it's just pure hatred towards you, your race, your gender, your height, everything about you. And then they start singling you out. I can tell you this. That would be the best workout of your life if they went through your entire childhood and shamed the fuck out of you. Mm-hmm. Shame cycles should be a thing. And then you get
that spot at the front, right? Like, you're working towards something.
Yeah.
You don't want to get shamed.
Yeah.
You want to be in the front row. You're working towards something.
Yeah.
You're in a cult.
Yeah.
Right? You got a spot, you got a bike. All of these things are reinforcements.
Shame cycle.
Right?
That's where we are. Shame.
I like a shame cycle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shame. And then really just get aggressive towards people.
Sure.
All of it.
Sure.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Look, I think that's the next level. I can tell you this: if somebody was screaming at me all day, I love that type of shit.
Yeah.
I'm one of a few, but if somebody doesn't break out in tears, fuck them. That's the way I felt about my 6-year-old's jiu-jitsu class. Remember we went in there the first day? 5 kids were crying, 6 kids were crying.
He was freaked out.
That's the way. That's life, though. That's the way it should be. I told you about the kid who was looking at himself in the mirror, right?
No.
There was one kid in there who was looking at himself in a mirror. Mind you, they're all 6, you know?
Sure.
In there. And he goes, "Oh, you like looking yourself in mirror? Go look yourself in mirror for 5 minutes." So he made the kid go over to the mirror and just stare at himself for 5 minutes. The kid, after about a minute and a half, turned around towards the class like this real innocently. And he goes, "Mirror." I was awesome. And the kid had to stare at himself for 5 minutes in the mirror.
Yeah.
Best training of all time. This was 3 months ago. Ask me if that kid ever looked at himself in the mirror again.
Right. And it's sort of this idea, and that's a perfect example because this guy at jiu-jitsu he's not nice.
No.
He's not warm and fuzzy. He's
Nope.
not going to be nice to you. He's going to every turn tell your kid to look him in the eye, say hello, listen, pay attention. What's your problem?
Did I
Don't
tell you he
do
even
that.
called me out?
Punishing them.
He called me out.
For what? What'd you do?
Did I tell you the story? It's great. Japes, don't even give me that face. So you have to, sanitize your hands and all that other stuff or whatever, right? I thought it was for the kids. I didn't know it was for everyone, right? Because I'm not out there participating, obviously. Sure. So my Jax goes ahead of me, does the thing or whatever, and I was like, good to see you. And I kind of walked towards like the parents' chair or whatever, and he goes, oh, are you above sanitation?
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
I was like, what? And he goes,
Yeah.
he points to the thing, the squeezy bottle for the hands or whatever. And he goes, you above disease? And I was like, no. I was like, oh no, I'm not above disease. I'll squirt it on my, whatever. And he goes, everyone has to do it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
All right,
he's like
cool,
that.
man.
He's
Yeah.
like that. But
He's
he
great.
talks, he speaks the same way to kids as he does to adults, and it works and it's good. And I love it.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's the same sort of idea that we're such pussies, right? We just want participate. We just need people to be so nice and loving and accepting of us at every turn, in every business, in every, thing that you do.
Yeah.
Even if it's trying to reach the highest level at fucking indoor cycling to rave music. Like, look, what do you want? What do you want?
You know what's weird? Looking at Giorgio, because I was in Miami once at one of those workouts where they had the DJ in there.
Yeah.
You look like a DJ at a SoulCycle in Miami.
I have tour managed DJs to perform at SoulCycle events.
Yeah.
I have then taken
a huge
photo and video
compliment.
coverage of them at these SoulCycle events.
That's a huge
Knew it.
compliment.
It's a huge compliment.
New
You're
compliments.
in shape. You're tattooed. You're in shape. You've now got a nicely trimmed beard. Like,
Sure.
you're in,
He's more laid back though, more of a brunch DJ.
more of a nooner DJ.
Some tech
but,
house beats.
More of an endless mimosa.
And I told this
Exactly.
story on the show when I was in Miami and I walked in there right before New Year's Eve, and it was just, you could hear it out in the street. That's how loud the music was. And I was like, oh shit. When I was in there, bruh, I felt the need to work out, where I was just like, oh shit, we're getting after it today.
Absolutely.
It's awesome. So Shame Cycle, I'm being totally dead serious. If that was a thing, I'm all in. I'm definitely all in for that.
And by the way, that's basically what it is. If you don't know when you go into SoulCycle that it is actually Shame Cycle,
Yeah.
shame on you, right? Like you can't bring fucking lawsuits because of something that like you put a position that you put yourself in willingly. There's tons of gyms in Los Angeles, girlfriend,
Yes.
boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
SoulCycle is a different beast, and
Really
you know
is.
that.
It
And
really
you know
is.
it. And they're all going to be having sex with you. If you're lucky,
Yeah.
right?
If you're lucky.
So it was like causing problems with spouses and stuff, though, because they would
You have
literally
to
just
earn your sex with the SoulCycle instructors.
absolutely. That's the highest honor.
Yeah. Yep. We got
So
a little
whatever.
we got a little bit of breaking news here. Again, call it like I see it. I'm not going to fucking not report this. Rudy Giuliani, I guess, has asked that they've withdrawn the lawsuit from Michigan. So chances are this is over here at this point. Not that we didn't think it was, but we're good. The only embarrassing thing for Rudy is during this presser, apparently he dyes his hair like on the day with like
and he had
a
a little
spray in, and he was sweating, and then it dripped down his face.
Yeah. He tans and
I don't want to. Well, the
dyes.
tanning is fine, but
It is fine.
Here's the thing: when you have a B ring like that, a bozo ring, you barely have hair on the sides of your head. Why are you dyeing
Why
that
are
at
we
that
coloring? Are we sure it was that and not tanning?
point? No,
stuff?
I'm looking
'Cause
at
he's
I'm looking at it right now because where it's leaking from is like you can see the gray in his hair.
Got
and it's
it.
like, dude, well, how old is Rudy Giuliani? Look up his age. He's got to be
He's
75.
Quite old.
He's got to be 75.
He's 76.
Nailed it.
76.
Nailed it. What are you doing at that point? Like, You're not fooling anyone of like, oh, do you still have your naturally colored hair at 76 years old? You must be beating
How cool.
time.
So it just falls out everywhere but stays
The
your
same color.
20-year-old color.
Yeah, when you were 20 years old.
How
That's
nice.
amazing.
How
It's
nice.
76, man. If I was dyeing my fucking hair, the sides of my hair like that, the sides of my bozo ring, I would lose my shit.
Luma shit.
I will lose my... There it is right there. Pop that picture up. There you go. Is that on screen? Yeah.
Got it.
There it is.
Now look. Whatever.
When you got that much divot out of the fairway, if you're not going to replace it, then just don't dye the rest of your hair like that. That's bad. Sweating through the dye, Jabes. If he was in that SoulCycle class, you can guarantee he'd be called out in there. Rudy, keep sweating. I can still see the color. I need to see it all gray by the end of this class, Rudy. You're not sweating enough on that psycho, Rudy. You fuck. We watched the NBA draft last night for a little bit.
We did.
I was proud of you. I want to give you some praise and some shout outs on the show today. I really do.
Okay.
You guys did a show on Broettes that said if you watch The Bachelor, you will get laid, right? For dudes.
Yeah.
With that, on the reverse, I came home last night. It was late. I had a conference call with some peeps in New York and all that other shit. I came in. You had the NBA draft on, unprompted, so I can see the opening picks. And whatever you desire this weekend, you shall get, young lady. Don't think that didn't go unnoticed. And I thought I would wait today and praise you on the show. But
well, my brother,
I appreciate it.
My brother James Wiseman was Jimmy Wiseman.
Yeah.
What did he go? 3, 2,
2.
2.
To Golden State.
Yeah, it's a Golden State.
Yeah.
Which is what we thought. And that the ball kid ended up going 3.
Yes.
And him and his brother became the first brothers ever in the history of the NBA to get drafted in the top 5. That is a pretty impressive achievement. But the draft overall was pretty boring. There was only one guy I was excited to see go. And luckily he went at 6. I told you. It was just we're good now. You can turn off the draft.
Yeah.
We're good.
Can you pronounce his name, Russ?
Obi Toppin is his name.
Nice.
Big fan.
Nice.
Yep. Went to the Knicks at 8.
Yes.
He's heard it enough, right?
Yes. I was a big fan of that kid in college. He played for Dayton, and I wished he would have gone to the Ohio State University.
Player of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Player of the year. So it was cool to see, but after that, it was all done with that, and
Well, look, the draft is everything that I love about reality television anyways, right? It's the pageantry, the drama, the story behind how they got to where they are. So
it used to be. Last night was sad though, because they were in people's living rooms. It was on Zoom, and it was like, God damn it.
I know.
The whole pageantry of it, of like dressing up in the suits and all that shit. It's like, dude, you're sitting on your shitty couch because it's before you're about to be super rich. So you're still like on shitty furniture where you're like, oh man, dude, it's, there's still like plastic down on the couch where you're trying to preserve it, where you're just like, when you're rich, it doesn't matter anymore. So these kids, I felt bad because they should be in New York. They should be going up on stage, accepting the jersey, shaking hands, sitting with their agents, wearing the watches that their agents bought for them that they're going to take out of their contract later that they don't know about.
Did you see LaMelo's Rolls Royce that he got?
Yeah. So dumb. I can't.
Oh Lord.
I can't say enough negative shit about all of that. Like, because here's the deal with the Rolls Royce and everything else, right? Your agent will take that out of your first contract. Man, I'll never forget at Ohio State when a bunch of players used to come up and play basketball all the time up to my house. So we played with all those guys, and one of them literally right after the Rose Bowl was up at the house like 8 days later, and he was gone. Entered the draft. Showed up in a brand new Mercedes, diamond ripped out watch, the whole fucking shit, had made the game winning. Well, I shouldn't say his name, but he made the game winning catch in the game, and that was it. And they were like, "Man, I'm going pro." And I was like, "What round are you going? What do you think?" Because you get the numbers on that,
right?
And he goes, "Man, projected to be like the 3rd round." And I was like, like that first contract is probably gonna. You're not going to have that much money left after that car and watch is out of there. And he's like, oh, my agent gave it to me. And I was like, he didn't give it to you.
Right.
And when he came back, so he did get drafted, went in the 3rd round. Saw him a few years later. And I was like, how'd that shake out? And he goes, yeah, man, they took the Mercedes and the watch out of that deal. You were correct. And I was like, yeah,
bro.
Yeah. They're just not giving you that out of the goodness of their hearts. Now the top guys. So this one with Homeboy last night, that could have been incentive to sign with this one in particular agent or agency, where it's like, hey, I'll give you this roles and you can come be on my thing, and like that would be worth the money, you know?
Right.
But that's about it. But the pageantry and the magic was gone, and so I was like, all right, cool. I just wanted to see where the one dude went, and then after that it was good. But either way, I want to praise you like you should. I want to praise you like I should. I was a big fan of that, and I was a big fan of that the meal you made last night. God damn it, I love that place.
Yeah.
Hello Fresh is the jam.
Hello Fresh. We will talk more about them next week.
We will.
You talked about it on Drinkin Bros.
I did. Because we eat it like 5 times a week, and it's the best.
So
you knocked it out of the park last night, James. I was real proud of you and your whole shit.
Thanks.
I want to give people an update. Last week I went on or this week, who knows? Days all blend together. I can't be
beholden to
no, dude.
Time.
Hammer the like button on YouTube, by the way. I can't be beholden to time, dates, or numbers, or space. I can't do that, Jessie. Yeah. It's not part of my thing.
Sure.
But I went off on a rant on Montana last week. We were posting pictures from Zillow and everything, and a listener who lives there said, "Hey, man, you don't want to live in Livingston."
Okay.
And he goes, it's really windy there. And he said, look, it is infamous. Like the wind is so strong that it will blow over like Mack trucks on the highway and shit like that. And I was like, oh shit. And he goes, so everybody's living in Bozeman, Utah. And they're calling it Bose Angeles apparently because so many people from LA are moving there. Ugh. And I understand, man. Like I fully get it. But then this morning when I woke up, there was an awesome article that was really hilarious that just said Zillow surfing is the escape we all need right now. So right now, the company of Zillow, this is the highest click-through rate they've ever had in the history of their company because everyone is dreaming of buying a new house somewhere else. And it's interesting.
Well, interest rates are really low and housing prices are a little bit higher. So
yeah. So what it is, but it's also people wanting to move out of their current sitch and then to wherever their dream is. And I mean, it is identical to what we were talking about on the show last week. We were like, oh man, put that house on the vision board, you know?
Right.
But it's through the roof. And yeah,
sorry, Montana.
I'm sorry, Montana.
Sorry
for shaming you. But
and it really does suck a little bit, only because I am from California. That like the everything bad about gentrifying cities or whatever is connected to people from Los Angeles, right? Like it's always like, oh, you're from California.
Yeah.
It does suck a little bit, but it's true.
When I was in Atlanta for the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and we were doing Drinkin Bros Sports live at the Super Bowl, which we typically do every year, obviously. We don't know what's going to happen this year, but we'll see. When we were there, I got an Airbnb in downtown Atlanta because, obviously I'm from Georgia, and I'm aware of what that traffic is like there, and I didn't want to get caught in that driving in from the suburbs. So I was like, all right, we'll stay in downtown Atlanta. I saw this Airbnb. It was a house and it looked nice, but like I knew the address in the street, and I was like, hit the guy up, where you can message the guy. And I was like, hey man, just checking in, couple of white guys staying here. How's that area?
What
like,
do you think?
Yeah. And he goes, well, it's been gentrified, so you're good. And I was like, this place?
Yeah.
Like, down here? And he goes,
LA.
yeah. And it was, the place was owned by, I think it was a police officer. And he goes, yeah, man. He goes, everybody from production, is moving down here, and they've gentrified the area because they're shooting so much in Georgia now and at the studios and everything in Atlanta that he goes, they didn't have a choice. They had to kind of clean it up, and that's what it is. And I was like, shit, did you think about selling this house? And he goes, no. And he goes, it is booked out on Airbnb so
Yep.
much that it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
And then, look, the same thing happened in Brooklyn. The Brooklyn one was interesting because I remember when they were going through that, and anybody who's been to Brooklyn now, you're going to get a brick oven pizza in Brooklyn. You're looking at $80 probably.
Yeah, but it's gonna be fucking.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
But be careful when you get that dinner bill. A couple glasses of wine. When I went to Brooklyn, the gentrification there is so obvious, and it's a completely, entirely different new city. But the interesting part was they were all blaming Jay-Z. All the black residents were blaming Jay-Z because they put the Brooklyn Nets there. First of all, they had to buy out enough land to rip it up and build the stadium, but then all the stadium around it, they wanted to put nice restaurants and bars and everything else. They just started buying everybody out and pushing people out. And then the rents skyrocketed because they wanted to be close to the downtown arena and everything else. And I was like, oh, shit. I mean, it makes sense, but Jay-Z probably had the best of intentions of like, hey, man, I'm going to bring an NBA team to my city, and then that city is no longer the city anymore. It's just
Right. So it's sort of like be careful what you ask for in lower income areas, right?
Yeah.
Like
Inglewood is going through right now in Hollywood.
You want it to clean up, you want it to whatever, your housing prices and rent and everything is going to go up. So there's really no great answer to that.
Yeah. Inglewood is going through that right now, where Inglewood back in the day in California was a shithole. Now that they've ripped that up, the new Rams stadium is there. That's where they're putting the new Clippers stadium. And all of those streets are just getting ripped one by one by one. The one who kept his block was the guy who died, Nipsey.
Okay.
Nipsey Hussle. He kept his that marathon shop in that strip mall there. It was just like, dude, I'm not going to allow you to gentrify this. This is going to be black-owned businesses like it always has been. So he refused to sell, but everything else around there is gone. Strange, though. But the Zillow thing, man, I get it. I mean, if you're stuck at home and during the pandemic and now everything's shutting back down again, so they're up 52% since March. The click-through rate and all that other stuff. And then obviously with the mass exodus, they did a follow-up story to this that said, where are people moving to, right?
Oh, no.
Because of the pandemic. So the data that was released yesterday says that approximately 7.4 million Americans who were at least 1 year old moved from one state to another in 2019. That's a lot. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Approximately 200,000 fewer people moved to other states in 2019 than in 2018. Of the 10 states with the highest percentages of residents who lived in a different state the year prior, 6 were located in the western part of the United States. So looking at you, California.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Oregon. Looking at you, Washington.
Sure.
Yeah. But the surprising one was Washington, D.C. had the highest percentage. They're surprised, I guess, highest percentage of residents, 9% who lived elsewhere. D.C. is really expensive, like really, really fucking expensive. The real estate there is probably on par with Los Angeles, and you get nothing there. Like all of the houses in D.C. are old as shit. They either need like a remodel, they don't have any parking.
Traffic is insane.
It's awful. It's awful there. The traffic is awful there. So I get it, man. We've looked on Zillow for crazy places.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've been going on Airbnb just for S's and G's.
Yeah.
Just to see like in this area, and it's insane.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Housing prices are up 5.5%.
Yeah.
In July of 2020.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Austin is the highest. So 6.5.
Austin is through the roof. It's
just going to go higher.
We've had
right? Like that's the problem. California's come in, they hike up they gentrify, they ruin everything.
Which is great for us. Like whenever we decide to sell, but people have come to our neighbors and asked to buy out their houses in cash, which is crazy. Where it's just like, all right, man, we're doing it. We're here.
Yeah. Thankfully, we're Rolling Stones, and we'll take it. By the way,
we were at a gathering Was it Saturday night?
Yeah.
With a neighborhood.
Yeah.
The cool thing is, like, we have this brewery that's right outside the neighborhood, so everybody goes to the brewery. It's right there.
Right.
So we were at the brewery, and it was, I would say, 80-20 of people who are just like, yeah, I'd take the cash and bounce, man. I'll see you. And then 20% were like, no, I like I'm not going to move. And it's like, for that much money, you can.
Yeah.
Because if you're coming in from LA,
if you're making that much of a profit, like some of these people moved in like 2 years ago, you do it, right?
Yeah. And then a little bit of breaking news here on the sports end that's kind of sad before we get to the sponsors. Don't typically do this, but we don't have a sports show the rest of the week, so this story will die if we don't get to it.
Yeah.
But, Klay Thompson has suffered a season-ending Achilles tear, so he is out. And he will not be playing. That is crazy news, actually.
Yeah, not great.
Yeesh. They were going to compete for a championship. Not anymore. Man, he just tore his ACL last year, too, and was out for all of last year. On top of it. That sucks, man. We get some sponsors, though. First one, Clay, if you need a place you're going to have to stay elevated.
Yep.
And one place you can do that is on an adjustable base from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 30% off for you, Klay Thompson. You're one of us now. You're a dummy.
Yep.
You're a dummy like the rest of us.
Yeah.
You get 30% off as well, off of everything there. Adjustable bases, pillows, sheets, mattresses. Sheets are a great gift for Christmas, by the way. If you're getting sheets, man, they're the best. And all their products are fucking great. I love those goddamn sheets. Big fan of everything they got there. If you're a member of the military, first responder, a teacher, or work in the government, you guys get 30% off all year round.
Yeah.
Every single second of the year you do. Now, us dummies, we only get it for a couple weeks. And then they got a Black Friday sale that's coming out next week.
Can't wait.
Supposed to be a banger. And as always, at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros, they get a 36-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest there, Jabes. So all of these deals are applicable with that. So if you're just sitting there at home, want to get $35 charged to your card for 3 years, you're good to go.
Be comfy and cozy.
Might as well be, yeah. Because nobody's getting together for Thanksgiving.
Nope.
No one is.
No.
Next up, James, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinker.
Shabloinkers. 4 amazing flavors: grape, original, lemon, orange, all of the things. 10-pack, 40-pack, 750-milliliter bottle. If you're getting shamed at SoulCycle, juice yourself up on it. Juice it up, baby. Yeah.
Juice it up.
Juice it up. Put some of that in your body, and your instructor will not yell at you. You'll be so fucking hyped up.
You'll move right to the front.
You might take the microphone off his head and start screaming at the class.
Yeah.
Let's go, fatties. Let's go. I see you, Gertrude. You fatty. Cycle harder. Not saying it works, not saying it doesn't. We're just saying not to use it during sex. We are definitely saying that.
Yes.
It's too sticky.
Yep.
It's hard to get out of certain
Seems
areas.
like it's not at first, but it turns
sticky
really
quickly. And then you're also jacked up on energy for about 6 hours afterwards. And it's no buenos. But for the rest of your life, it's great. It's a tasty, tiny little tin pouch. You rip it open and squeeze it into any liquid available.
Squish it in.
Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com today. Promo code Revolution. Revolution.
Yes.
Promo code 20% off.
Not Revolution.
I forget people don't speak Spanish as great as me, and
do you?
Yeah, it's just
They better take their bicicleta to the biblioteca.
You goddamn right.
If they want to learn Spanish,
yeah,
right?
they do. They need to donde está.
They need to toca la guitarra.
Yeah, they do. They need to limpiar la boca. They need to wash their mouths. Is that right? Seems like it might be.
Yep. Well,
clean their mouths. Clean your mouth out there. If you're in there and you're involved in all of the things there, do it. Twitter's making a big deal today about Adam Driver's birthday. Why? Am I like the only person who doesn't give a shit about Adam Driver?
You and John Oliver would disagree.
What John Oliver's a big fan of his?
He has like a running bit where he wants to have sex with Adam Driver.
Really?
Oh.
He did it the entire season. It got a little weird.
He's weird looking, man. I watched because you were watching that Lena Dunham show when it came out. What was the name of it?
Girls. I watched Girls.
Yes, you watched Girls, and he was in that.
Yes.
That's kind of where he came from, right? And I was like, man, that guy's weird looking.
Yeah, but
You
he's
know?
like, he's ugly hot, which is a new trend.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that your?
No, I didn't make it up.
It's like you can be Quasimodo but somehow have abs, so it's okay.
Well, it's like,
Gross.
Or you're tall.
it's a circle, right? So it's like you can go full circle to being hot
Right.
if you're a certain type of ugly.
This
It's
girl just
weird. It's hard
okay.
to explain.
Here's the deal: when you're rich and famous, yes, you can be hot, and people can look past that
And talented and tall
the
and all
one,
these things.
Yeah, the one thing that
I think
you
it's just the
can't
tall.
is weight. By the way,
He's talented. He's good.
yeah, he's all right.
He's
Black
just tall.
Klansman.
Yeah.
Logan
He's
Lucky.
a veteran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need.
He is
his,
a veteran.
I don't need his.
Yes.
I don't need his film career. I don't need that in here. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like. I'm fine with Adam Driver. You know?
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't
No,
need-
we're just saying like what he's been in and
Don't
stuff.
you bring that IMDb in this house?
Yeah. Don't you bring that fucking IMDb in
Yeah,
here?
yeah. I have
homeboy.
IMDb, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
don't need his whole fucking film career.
Yeah, I didn't
Jesus
mention Star Wars.
Christ.
I know. Well, there
Yeah.
you go.
Star Wars. What? Who's seen it? You know,
Yeah.
big deal. Was
know.
it indie? You know?
Yeah.
Like an indie?
Yeah.
Huh? Like an indie?
Hot take: the prequels were better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa.
None of it. None of it. I didn't like either of the last.
So
things.
you're wondering why
Yeah. So that's a thing, right? So because here's the
there's
thing.
no news. So
What's up?
there's no news. That's probably part of it.
No. So it's his birthday. It is the top story on Twitter, and it's like, man, am I missing something? Like that? It's Adam Driver's birthday. Who gives a fucking shit?
Adam Driver is divisive.
I guess I'm divided on it.
See, look,
Yeah.
it's happening right now.
Yeah, I'm angry about it right now.
Maybe that's why.
So
This is the Russians trying to divide us.
the ugly hot thing works for skinny people only. I want to say that. Okay, it does
Okay.
not work for fatties. It just doesn't. Like I never hear any girls say, "God, you know who I really want to fuck? Josh Gad, Jonah Hill." Like they never
No.
say that.
No,
But
some will say Jonah Hill because Jonah Hill carries himself into.
He's got
to
the cute
point.
face.
time for you to put the microphone down today altogether.
You are triggering
Not
him
one fucking
on
person
purpose.
has ever said, I want to fuck Jonah Hill. Scroll through the internet, find one person, will shout out their username and handle. I will type to them live on air, what is wrong with you? And I've never heard one person say, hey, Jonah Hill, man, I really like to have him slide in my fucking pork chop piss flaps. Never heard, like, not once.
Right.
Not once.
Right.
Josh Gad, nobody's ever been like, oh, Josh, I wish Josh Gad was on top of me.
But Josh Gad is also not very manly and not super talented. So there's like other things that come into play, right?
I agree. So with the Adam Driver thing, like, if that is a thing, then yeah, that's the route you're
like
gonna go.
Kevin James, I've maybe thought is attractive for a second.
In the
What?
UFC movie.
Chris
In the UFC
Stapleton.
movie only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's clarify that because that is fucking insanity, man.
I have a
But
few
I'm a chubby chaser. So.
female friends that are into like Seth Rogen.
Okay, he's definitely slimmed down a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Still
yeah.
ugly
Funny,
as shit, but
talented.
yeah.
You know.
Security that you're the hot one in the relationship.
Yeah,
He won't cheat on you.
Sure.
I'm not.
Confidence.
Gross. All of it is fucking gross to me.
Okay.
Seth Rogen. Yeah, dude. No.
I mean, I personally don't find him attractive, but there are certain. I could see it.
No. Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
No way. Not 1 second. Imagine him laughing just on you and coughing. Like,
Laughing on you and coughing.
you know
Is
that cough?
how it works?
Yeah. You can hear his cough. You can hear his laugh inside your mind right now.
Sure.
No. Not one.
Yeah.
No. Not gonna. That's not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not a thing in this world, and I'm sorry about it, Jabes.
Okay.
I'm sorry about it, and now the Just for Men is trending with Rudy, obviously. So
There you go.
you know, look, if you're gonna color up, you can't spray it on, man.
Right.
That's not the thing.
No.
You gotta. You don't know what the weather's gonna be like. You don't know what that temp's gonna be.
No.
It's kind of like Jason Witten with his wig work when he, got
Yes.
called out to the Monday night booth real quick. and the line was still on his head for that wig. Like, hey, man, nobody was expecting that you had a full head of hair anyways.
Right.
You know?
You know who does it like without any shame is Travolta. Will go bald and then wear a full wig and not make any
Glad you brought that up.
bones.
Nope.
If I may.
Yeah, no, you may not on this one.
Not make any bones
He
about
switched.
it.
He switched. So he is done with the toupees.
No, he goes back and forth.
No, not anymore. He's fully shaved head now, and that's it. He's the fully shaved head guy. And he's done being with wigs and all the other stuff. The other part of me wonders is if his wife was doing it. If his wife was doing his wig work, because she's dead. Mm-hmm. So if she died, those hands of gold went with her. You know, there he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he'll like go on a talk show and have his wig on. I don't know.
Maybe. No, not anymore. He's
not anymore.
He's gone.
Is that confirmed?
He's gone full Rogan.
Yeah, he's gone full Rogan, which is great. He looks great. Travolta looks great.
No, he does.
Like with a bald. Like he looks fine. Dare I say this is the best he's looked. I could always tell that it was a wig. So I was just like, man, I don't understand. Look at him now. Look, he looks great.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was yes. Put that picture up. Is that on screen right now? Put that.
It's
put
a
that
great
up on
wig,
screen.
though. I have to
Not
say.
that great.
He doesn't look human.
Good.
No, it doesn't look like a real
He's
person.
a Lego person.
Put that. Is that on screen right now?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, that's a Lego person.
I
dude.
was a fan
is
of the gray
claymation.
one. I was a fan of the gray
Oh,
wig.
go to the gray one. Do you see the gray one on there? There it is. Boom.
Yeah. Because then it was like, is it? You know, it's gray. I'm going with the gray. I'm not like trying too hard.
But is that as bad as like Brian Urlacher, who went from bald to just having a full head of hair with the plugs?
No, dude, you can't plug up like that after being bald forever.
You know who does do it actually with no bones is Seinfeld, who's the little short guy.
Jason Alexander?
Yeah, so he will go back and forth.
He'll get plugged up.
He'll put on just a tube for certain things.
Yeah, but look,
and
he's
make
full
no
bozo
bones.
ring, dude.
Yeah, but he's been bozo ring for the entire career. So like this new thing of wearing the toupee is sort of like, wow. To me, it's so fucking bold where you're like, dude, like we know you as a bald person, right? That's not like we're
It's
just
like, are you a
"What's
time
he?"
traveler? Like, what are you trying to do here?
Yeah, I think you just embrace your baldness
Plugs
at that
are
point.
one thing where you can be like, oh, were they? I don't know.
So
But
I asked a buddy of mine about this, who's got this exact B-ring look of Jason Alexander, and I said, what's the sitch with that? Yeah, you go to that other shot of Jason Alexander you had pulled up. All right, now put that one on screen, okay? If you can big screen that, there you go. Now, so the interesting part of this to me is this, right? He's got a gray beard. He's old. Why dye the rest of the bozo ring like Giuliani? Who do you like? You're already bald. It's not like women are going to be like, is he
Because
67 or is he 65?
he's matching it to a tube.
Oh, later on in life.
No, he's wearing tubes here at some point. He's not wearing it right now, but
Got it.
because I'm saying he has no shame of like in some interviews
right.
having the tube and not,
That makes sense.
you got a color to match it.
So let's go. Hey,
He's 61.
61.
61, yeah, he's
Since
got
we're
gray
since
in
we're
there.
going down this road here, the one that shocked me that Jessie called out because of your hairstyling skills, obviously, was Paul McCartney. Pull up Paul McCartney. Now, I am contending it's his real hair. Jessie is saying that he's tooped up and is
It's
wearing,
a
he's wearing
half
a wig
tube,
for
so it's like a back tube.
a long time. So look at him now. Like, find a recent picture of him. Not the...
So there's that. That's kind of how it is normally. Now,
is that a
him-
reputable source? It's the Daily Mail. All right, I'll accept that. I'll accept that.
Okay, but that's very thin. Now go to any interview.
Yeah, pull up that one. That one's fine. The top one. There we go.
Right.
Pull that pic up of Paul McCartney caught wearing a terrible wig. Shit. That's what the name of the article is. So
his hair, he has hair. He's not totally bald, but it is thin. So he either wears a half tube where it like starts here and your normal hair can like, so you don't get caught with the hairline, right? And it basically just like thickens the rest. Cause you'll see him and it'll be like this thick, like thing, but the front looks quite real, right? So
He's an assistant librarian in this photo. Like, who the heck is this? This is not Paul McCartney.
You know, Paul McCartney, I think, is 77. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, he looks great for 77. I'm not going to fucking beef all over his biscuits this Thanksgiving, you know?
Right. Like
He looks great for 77. Looks great.
Yeah. But you don't have that full.
Hey, right around that screen right there, go to that picture in the top right that is for sale. Pop that up, if you will. Now, this says Beatles mushroom wig. Now, why would they put this on an albino Steve Nash? Like, it almost appears as if they've taken Steve Nash and...
Nightmares.
This is nightmare fuel right there. My God, man. Find a better model than that. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
What is it? If the Beatles were mute? Is it a mime beetle right there?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing with that?
Yeah.
What vitamin is this person missing?
Yeah.
D.
Very good, Ross. Very good.
Yeah. I'm a little monkey. But the bozo ring is interesting. So one of my good friends has a bozo ring in real life.
Sure.
And I said, hey, man, why don't you just shave your head at this point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I tried, and I did. And he goes, the problem with it is when you have a bozo ring like Alexander like that, Jason Alexander, he goes, dude, the bitch of it is it grows in so fast that you're forced to shave your head all of the time. And he goes, it sucks, dude. It's so much work.
Right.
And he goes that the bozo ring is just easier, you know? And I'm like, all right, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
But at least if you were fully bald at a young age, because he's a younger dude. He's like 30. If you were bald at a younger age, like at that age, you can at least tell the woman that it was a choice.
Right.
Versus your baldness, where you're just like, oh, I'm just doing it because I like it. It's a look.
Sure, it's my
sweet.
look.
I'm suave.
I'm Massimo going to Lompoc.
Yeah. By the way, another listener last night sent us a video from Fast and Furious when Vin Diesel, I live my life a quarter mile at a time. When he got sentenced to prison, he got sentenced to Lompoc.
Oh.
In the
and they
Fast
were
and
making
Furious.
it real gangster looking.
Yeah. So, by the way, seeing Vin Diesel stand up, I've never seen a seated position to stand up fully flexed like that. Like it is real difficult to do.
Okay.
But he did it.
He did it.
Yeah, and then I was thinking to myself,
It's magical.
if anybody was going to do it, it would be Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
If you go from a sitting flex all the way to standing up for the judge, because he was standing up to get sentenced by the judge. That guy does it, man. He knows his angles, dude. He knows how to flex all the way up, dude. It was nice. It was nice to see.
Yeah.
I was real proud of that video. But you're not going to pass anything by our listeners. That's for GD Shore.
Oh, yeah.
The Jabes. A lot of people are asking about the Pinecone Day coming up and whether or not we were able to get T-shirts. Due to COVID, the printing of T-shirts is on like back order, so they wouldn't come in until January. I got the quote in the runtime on that, and
Right.
You know, it's the same sitch as everything else in this world. COVID. No, we're gonna wait. Everything's gonna be delayed because of COVID. Everything's gonna be delayed. So we will try to get Pinecone T-shirts for Pinecone Day for next year. The only question is whether or not what to put on them. Is if we put "I survived Pinecone Day." You know, because it's Jimmy Tree Legs comes to kill everyone on December 16th. So
Yeah.
do you say "I survived Pinecone Day 2020," or what are we going to put on there? Is the question.
Maybe a Jimmy Tree Legs, and then we'll put Sweet Nightmares underneath or something. Sweet Nightmares, kids. Sleep tight or something like this.
Yeah.
And it's just this terrifying Slender Man type figure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I like it.
Look.
I like it. We'll get into it, you know. We'll get into it with the developers of like, hey,
Sure.
how frightening can we make this T-shirt look
Right.
for people that will still be within the laws
In a
of the United
children's
States. Yeah.
size 4T. Yeah. And send them off to school on December 16th, which, you know, they're not going to school.
Yeah.
Give it a break. You can do whatever you want.
No, is that true? You think that's what the sitch is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, they are going to shut down. They should do it now around the holidays.
Yeah.
Just give us all that time off. Start again after. Instead of keeping them in school and then trying to shut down next year.
I agree. But I think ours will be fine, actually. Oddly enough. That's my prediction. We'll see. If not, it is
California
gonna be a
has
long-
gone
Yeah, they're out. So is New York. They're done.
way back.
Yeah. New York and California are done. So the kids are at home, and that's it as of like yesterday. Crazy news, too. This is a fucking awful article that I read. And the biopic on this guy will be just endless at this point. I feel like the Behind the Music, we've always said this when we watch VH1 Behind the Music. It just kept getting worse for these people.
Yeah.
And then it was a downward spiral.
Right.
And then they spiraled out of control.
Yeah.
And it just
And
keeps
right
going.
at the bottom of the spiral, 2 of them died.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is now happening to Bobby Brown.
Oh, God, yeah.
So his son, Bobby Brown Jr., committed suicide yesterday. And not only did he lose Bobby Christina, now his son, Whitney Houston, he's the only one left that's still alive. If my bookie had odds on that Bobby Brown was going to be the last remaining living man
In
or
his
person
family.
in his family, not one prayer.
Yeah, I would have lost everything.
Yes. This kid was 28 years old, too. Bobby Christina was like 22 when she killed herself, or OD'd in the bathtub or whatever they're calling it. And then the boyfriend's dead, too, right?
Of Bobby Christina,
Yes.
is that true?
I think he OD'd. Bobby Christina, that kid dead. Yeah, he died of an overdose as well.
Oh, my gosh.
So that Behind the Music would be just pure fucking insanity at that point. Yeah, man. It appears as if they still have one daughter left. So, yeah.
Wow. Well,
Gnarly, right?
geez.
Yeah. And we love to share happy stories with you,
Yes,
like this.
and that's what we're here for. Send you in the weekend
'Cause if
with a
you're-
little pep in your step.
If you're on like a drive home listening to the show this
Sure.
afternoon, for the audio version, this is going to put a smile on your face right before you walk through the front door and
our
see your
goal
kids.
is on the way home for you to think at least 2 times about just swerving into the other lane. Do you know what I mean? Not doing it, but kind of contemplating it. Like, Jesus, guys, thank you.
And then yesterday on Drinkin Bros, it was a breaking news story about Matthew McConaughey was thinking about running for governor of Texas.
Yes, saw that.
And he said, it's not out of the question, and I'd consider it if the people of Texas wanted me to do it. They ran a quick poll and to see if he would win in a landslide.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it's McConaughey,
Obviously.
dude.
Obviously.
But some other people were like, dude, we've got to stop getting celebrities to be politicians. I beg to differ.
It's front row of SoulCycle. Like, let's just get
Yes.
them out there.
Yes.
And then we can do our fucking bullshit in the back. You
Correct.
know what I mean?
And they're already rich. That was the thing with Trump to me, where people asked me, and then I was like, why did you vote for him? Voted for him because I wanted utter chaos, and I want the system blown up, right? And I also want somebody in there who's rich enough that really can't be bought off to do shit. And I feel the same way about McConaughey. Like, there's no one who loves the state of Texas more than Matthew McConaughey,
right?
in my opinion. And it's like,
My only issue is what, Dan?
maybe Sam Houston.
No, he's the Minister of Culture.
Yeah, he's the
Yes,
Minister
Minister of Culture.
man.
My only issue is that he is really quarantining, right? Isn't he like really taking it super serious?
He's doing it super seriously. Like,
Well, he had AIDS.
It's fine.
Oh, that's true.
Dallas Buyers Club, yeah.
And you can't risk that voice, that long-term damage of all right.
Oh, yes.
I know.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
all right. He did do the audiobook, by the way, for his book, which is great.
Of course he
So
did.
I'm sure it became a bestseller. I'm sure that audiobook is through the roof, dude. Paying for
Yes.
McConaughey to read his own book.
Yes.
I'm in.
Right.
I'm in for the green lights. I'll
Right.
hear whatever bullshit he's
Oh, absolutely. He
talking
can
about.
make things sound inspiring that are literally not at all,
You
right?
know why
They're
it's
just
called
sort
green
of,
lights, right?
Go.
go, man. Hey, there's going to be red lights in this life that stop
And
you.
green lights.
It's going to be
right?
yellow, or people are trying to slow you down. There's going to be green lights ahead, man. There's
cool.
always
So
going to be
it's just
green lights ahead.
Obvious.
He's
Oh,
getting
okay.
too involved with his linking commercials.
No, he's not. He's not getting involved enough, I would argue.
Yeah, more. Just,
More of that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Lincoln should just put the whole nav system in there with his voice.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Right now, you're going to head up
I'd
on
buy
the
one.
290. You're going to hit a little bit of traffic there. I want you to relax.
Just relax.
Look in the center,
this
center
time.
console. Yeah, man. There's
Yeah.
a bottle of tequila in there.
Yeah. What? Ugh.
Pour yourself 3 fingers in that cup.
Oh my gosh.
There's one red Solo cup, no ice on that, man, because you got a nice cruise home.
Wow.
That's the thing about Texas, though, man, is everybody was like, "Hey, man, it's the land of roadies," and I was like, "You're right." They kind of just let you drink everywhere and do whatever you want.
I mean, keep on down that path, brother. See how far it gets you. But yeah, I mean, in a way, yeah, right?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, cool. Because you get out on these deep, deep country roads and you're like, I didn't even know this existed out here. I have no idea that this existed out here. I saw like some form of wolf or coyote walk across the road when I was going to this one thing, and I was like, I don't even know where the fuck I'm at right now. But I
Right.
love all of this.
Right.
It's great. It's great. If you break down, though, you were definitely stuck in the middle of nowhere for forever.
Yes.
If you run out of gas, because some of these things, there's no gas stations, there's nothing out there, like nothing. Mm-hmm. And that's the part that I hope they don't ruin with Texas, where I really enjoy that shit.
the Chainsaw Massacre part.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, I
love
like
it.
that
Okay.
it's very easy to just go out from the city, go to some place that feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of great.
It is, and it's beautiful, and it's like, oh man, please don't put like 1 million condos out here, and you know.
They won't, but it'll definitely.
I hope not. Because I'll go to like LoopNet, which is Zillow, but for commercial real estate, just to see if they're selling like land around us to know like, all right, shit, is like a mall coming in?
Right.
Like, you know?
No, I know.
That's super disappointing where you're just like, oh, please don't do that. Like I want to be surrounded by like Yellowstone people, where it's just like, I own 297 acres and I'm not selling it because it's going to stay in my family for the rest of my life.
Right.
That's what I want.
Yeah, me
You know?
too. Me too.
I want a bunch of people with land and guns out there and just be like, I'm not selling. You can take your New York money and go
can
fuck yourself with
shove it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shove it, man.
Yeah.
That ain't real salsa. Whatever that commercial was back in the day. What was that salsa commercial? It was
New York City.
New York City. Yeah, that one. Whatever it is. I want that. I want that version of Texas. I really do.
Sure.
I do. I want to live in the past. I want to live in the past of Texas.
Yeah,
I don't
you do.
need these fucking assholes
You
here. When I went to that boot store, what was the name? Something Allen's.
Boot Brown.
No,
It was called Boot
It
Brown.
was something Allen's. What's the name of it? God damn it.
I think it
Oh,
is
did you go to,
Allen's.
Boot Brown?
Oh,
Is
Boot
it-
Brown. I think it is
Is it?
Allen's,
I thought
isn't
I
it?
thought they had a first name though. Yeah, Pace, chunky salsa, thick and chunky salsa. That
There
was
you
it.
go.
That was that commercial. New York City. Throw in some. I still like. You know what? I'll admit it. I like that salsa. I'm not gonna shit on them.
Oh my
This
gosh, I
came
just
on
got-
during WWE SmackDown.
It did. And if they, by the way, if Pace Picante called me and said, hey, we would like to sponsor your show as the title sponsor, I'd eat your fucking salsa every goddamn show. I really
Yeah.
would. I put it right in my gullet.
I just got
I
caught
enjoy
up in
Pace.
that commercial.
I know. New York City.
Nostalgia really gets me.
Yeah.
Whoa, I was like transported back. It's scary. Nostalgia is a powerful drug for me.
It is. It is. But that boot place, something Allen's downtown, it's on South Congress. I will give them a shout out because I bought some boots in there. They're badass. Because I never got them from Burt Koontz from Bison Union.
You're not going to get anything from that, dude.
Fucking Burt, dude. That's bullshit.
I was supposed to get a hat, too.
That's right. Jesse never even got a hat.
I've sent him. He messaged and was like, "Oh, sorry, get back to you."
It was 2 years ago. You know that,
Yep,
right?
send me the style that you want. I've done this 2 separate times.
Because the hat you wanted
And
was sold out. So I just buy it. Like I tried to buy the boots.
I'm
and tried
trying to
the
buy
hat.
it.
Yeah, man. It's sold out. And he was just like, oh, we'll get it. No, it's been 2 years, Bert. So I had to buy boots from somewhere else. Is it Josh Allen's? I'm kidding. That's the quarterback from Buffalo. But It might just be called Allen's Boots. Is it?
Yeah, Allen's Boots.
It is. Yeah, Allen's Boots. On click on the address there. I'm a huge fan. Is it
Congress? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Congress.
yeah.
That's it.
It's like
so
the
Allen's
real deal.
Boots. Yeah, I went to Allen's Boots. It's fucking awesome. Here's the deal with that. So you walk in, and this is like classic Texas shit. The guys are wearing like fucking tuck-in, Western shirts, jeans, but like they're like real cowboys. Where you're like, oh, all right, awesome. They're wearing boots, and then when you go down the aisles, it's just these huge fucking aisles. There is no boxes. So all you do is go to the aisle with your size, and then you try on your size, and congratulations. If the boot fits, you wear it. And you wear it out of the store, and that's great.
Right.
I enjoy establishments like that. It is super rare. And when we were in there, I don't know if you remember this, but when we were here doing the looking for houses and shit during COVID, those were the same guys who were out in the street who offered us beers out in the streets.
Yeah, there's like a group of guys that were like drinking and smoking, and they were like, "Yeah, we work here." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, so I was like, "Hey, man, do you guys still have beers behind there?" And they were like, because of COVID, we're not allowed to give out beers.
Right,
but he goes,
right.
typically when you walk in, yes, we give you beers while you're boot shopping. And I was like, that's Texas, brother.
While you're boot shopping.
Texas. Allen's is great. Huge fan. So Bert, not so much anymore. Can't rely on Bert Koontz for boots.
Sorry, bro, but he knows that
Never
to be
got
true.
them. Yes, dude, I've said it a million times.
Yeah, we don't say anything about Bert that we wouldn't say to his face.
I'll say it right to his face. Bert Koontz. Never got those boots. 3 years. 3 years been waiting for those boots.
Never got my hat. 2 years. Just a hat. You know what I mean?
We should have a Bert calendar, a Bert Koontz
Yeah,
calendar
yeah.
behind us.
And
that
we
just
check
says
off each day that we
each
haven't
day that
gotten.
we didn't receive anything from Bert.
that he offered to give us.
Yeah.
Look,
yeah.
man, I'm not.
Long December.
And there's reason
to
to
believe.
believe maybe this year will be better than the last.
It's not going to be, Jessie. It's not going to be. Unless you're watching Wonder Woman at Christmas. They moved it to streaming, by the way.
Okay, the new one?
Yeah, the new one. Wonder
Okay.
Woman. Weird. They're going to put it in theaters and then on streaming at the same D&D, but it's going to be on HBO. So there you have it. We got that going for us, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then to all you Crown fans out there, again, it is not about birth. It is about the royal family.
Yes.
And I was surprised by that. I used that joke maybe 6 months ago, and you did not like it. I see you seem to be coming around to it now.
Feel the same way. I feel the same way about it now as I did the first time. But carry on.
I said, you were like, hey, I like The Crown. You've seen all the seasons. I have not, obviously. And I was like, I'll hop into it with you. I'll watch it.
Sure.
And once we finished Queen's Gambit, I was like, dude, I'm in. I'll watch it. Watched my first Crown last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked you if it was a bit show. It felt like a bit much. That's The Crown.
Well, I mean, let's be real. The House of Windsor and the whole situation is a bit much. Like, that's the whole idea. Like, the fact that there's still that much, like, pomp and circumstance and pageantry and, like,
Sure.
tradition and, like, still to this day is crazy, right? So it's, like, it's a crazy, fascinating thing because we're just like, what?
The acting seems a little hammed up to me.
Now, look, I'm not a fan. I don't know how you guys feel, but I am not a fan of X-Files as Margaret Thatcher. I think it's
Gillian
way
Anderson.
over the top.
So do I.
And I can't. But before that, it was fairly realistic. Yeah, fairly dark, very subdued, very like...
Well, my first intro, we're about 5 minutes in, was Helena Bonham Carter, who's a fantastic actress.
Yes.
Who was drunk, and then anybody who hiccups or burps like in a scene to prove that they're drunk is always the fucking worst to me. And I go, I turned to you and I was like, hey, did she just hiccup? Did she just burp? And I was like, was that supposed to be in there, you think? Or was that a weird cut? And you go, no, she's just drunk all the time. And I was like, oh.
I mean...
So that's her letting the audience know that she's drunk.
No, I mean...
Whoopsies.
No.
I've had a little bit too much giggle water, and I'm drunk now. You can tell because I'm hiccuping right on
You
camera.
can't jump in season 4, okay?
Come on.
You need to be introduced to the whole vibe.
And like I haven't seen this, but she wouldn't be burping unless she's a beer drinker. So like continuity wise, this is kind of bothering me. And like real alkies are on that sauce.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with Ross on this one.
Sorry, James. Long story short, James will be watching The Crown alone.
Which is how I
this season.
like it.
Yeah, and that's fine. I want to say this though. There was an article this morning from the royal family that said they are not happy with the portrayal of it. They said that they've been sensationalized and they're pissed.
Oh.
They're pissed about the Princess Diana shit, and they said it's very tabloidy and not actually based in fact. So take it for whatever it's worth.
We will.
The casting is good though. Like they look like the people. Mm-hmm. Just the acting's a little hokey to me, but whatever, man. It's The Crown, baby. Put 2 legs up in stirrups and get ready to crown tonight.
You did not come into it with the right mindset. Clearly, you were ready to pounce on any little thing.
No, I was.
Yes,
all in.
you were. Wow, what was that burp? It was like, come on. Dude.
I was ready to. I told you I was ready to crown down last night, and
even you saying that, you know what I mean? I knew you were not in the right place. If you say you're ready to crown down,
yeah,
I know you're not. I know you're not there.
I was ready to crown down. Get into it. Prop my legs up. Get ready for that baby to shoot out. Let's do it. Finally got you on that. Finally got you on the crown joke.
It was this. Like, I don't know which way you think yeah.
Nope. It's the doctor. He's receiving that baby. So let's get that snap.
Okay.
It's like a quarterback. Let me have that baby in there, baby. There it is. Shoot it right into my hands.
Oh,
like
Lord.
a football. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Please do this. I'm going to keep saying this until we have 3 million votes. That will skyrocket us up the charts. We will be the most famous people in the world. Jessie will be able to live her best life and leave me and head off with Kurt Russell. If you want to see that happen.
No, they just had their anniversary yesterday.
Gross.
Loving it. They're in love.
Were they
let me
in
just do a
Aspen?
quick crime corner if
Whoa!
I may.
Whoa!
Is
it Thursday?
It is.
No way.
Just
I
real quick.
apologize. No.
That's fine.
Take your time. We have nowhere to be. I do not want to shit on the people's dreams with a crime corner. I am sorry. I did not know it was Thursday.
I never know if you're being serious.
I am.
Right?
I am. Let me give you the intro you deserve. I apologize, Jessie. Crime corner. Crime corner.
Crime corner. Okay. Where are you, you mother? Sorry. Okay, so Florida teacher.
I give you this huge intro. This
But I'm bringing it back to the old days where like the whole bit with Crime Corner is that I am just the worst at researching or
completely
explaining,
unprepared.
right? Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
We put a murder board behind you. We went through all the trouble, and then there you go. Fire away. What do we got?
Anyways, Florida teacher arrested after allegedly taking meth and cocaine before school and passing out in a Burger King during his lunch break. Not fired also, by the way. But
yes, he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve to be fired.
This is what I'm talking about. Do you want your kids in school?
Yeah.
Probably not in Florida,
so,
right?
He did. Now,
so
let me
a
back this up.
science teacher.
He did meth?
Guy Rainick was no stranger to the effects of chemicals. Let me do the comedy fucking Newsweek. I hate when they do that.
I love when they do that.
Just give me the facts. I'll decide if it's funny or not.
Give me the Carfax.
So he was no stranger to effects of chemicals, but when he was found passed out at a fast food outlet, Burger King, he had in his system a cocktail of drugs that would not look out of place in a laboratory. So the police officer raised the alarm.
What was the cocktail?
So he had meth, cocaine, and Xanax.
How are you sleeping on that? Like obviously
I think
the
it's the
Xanax,
right?
yeah.
A police
but that's
officer.
to bring you down. I mean,
So he saw a 44-year-old educator at Shanks Middle School behaving erratically at a Burger King restaurant in Quincy, Florida. He was then taken by ambulance to Capital Regional Medical Center, where he started to act very unpredictably, emptying his duffel bag, throwing water around, crawling on the floor. He also used the bathroom, exposed himself to a nurse.
yeah.
Started masturbating and urinating on himself and crawling around on the floor. Not fired. Not fired.
Not fired.
I've done all these things
Still
since the beginning of the show.
Work.
Yeah.
Still at work.
As a teacher.
As a teacher, as
So
a
he
science
still
teacher.
has his job after masturbating and then blacking out at a Burger King in front of a nurse.
Yes.
Look, man.
So in his bag, too, they searched his bag. He had a sunglasses case with 2 torch lighters, a rubber ring.
Yeah, cock ring.
A small bag with about 25 Xanax pills and a crushed pill. So when they asked him about it, he was charged with possession of controlled substance, and has been placed on administrative leave. But the superintendent says that under his district's policy, he could still return to work.
Great. Yeah, I mean, look, don't really, kind of a victimless crime here.
You think?
Pete, all over yourself, masturbated in front of people.
Well, you took meth, you smoked meth and took cocaine, cocaine
you did that
before your first half of school, right? And then on your lunch break, you went to Burger King and got arrested.
Right.
That's the teacher.
To be fair, though, if he was getting a double Whopper with Chi,
sure,
you do want to take a nap after that. I mean, no matter how many drugs you're on, that is heavy in your stomach.
Right.
Because that's a big burger.
Right.
It's a big burger. Especially has some fries with that.
Yeah.
Not that I like the fries at Burger King. Not a fan.
I don't know, Mr. Rainick, right? Like, how do you show your face?
Is there
Everyone's going to know about Mr. Rainick.
Do we have a picture of Mr. Rainick's face?
So put Florida teacher arrested after
Rainick. How about his last name? My mind works differently.
After taking meth and cocaine. Try that. That's a good one.
Just write out the whole sentence. I've got to see what he looks
go
like.
to that one.
I have a very distinct
So go
picture
down.
in my
It's
mind.
in the middle of the article. There he is.
Yeah. It looks exactly like
Mr. Rainick, like
Mr.
we
Rainick
knew
partied.
that was going to happen to him, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He was always just so cool in class, you know?
Yeah.
And he would like let us do whatever.
Look at how fun and flirty he is.
Yep.
I bet you without the goatee, like he's a pretty decent
So
looking
do you
dude.
see that
too,
he's
man.
in like a strapped?
Yeah, he's strapped in.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was trying to tear
Call it the pickle suit.
Yeah, the pickle suit. He was trying to tear his eyeballs out of his skull.
Well, he was just
is
trying
what
to
he was trying to do there.
masturbate and fucking crawl on the floor, and I don't know what else.
At the police station, you know. Look, you gotta wrap up in something like that. Maybe not give him his job back on this one.
I like how his eyes match the suit, though. You know, that's really
Isn't
nice.
that fun? Isn't that nice?
That's really nice.
One would argue the suit brings out his eyes.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good wardrobe choice. You know,
It
who's ever
is.
doing costuming for this is just great.
It is.
Yeah, if nothing else comes from this, he knows his color after this.
Yes. Coke and Xanax, fine. Meth,
Meh.
danger zone there, obviously.
Masturbating,
but,
yes. Urinating, meh.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, his record is kind of 2-2 on this one. Burger King would probably be the tiebreaker because I enjoy the King, but definitely should not be in a classroom again.
Sure.
I think we can safely say that.
Yes.
I was willing to give it a shot, and then we got to the masturbating and the
But also
urination.
send kids to school in Florida at your own risk. I mean,
I know.
do you know what I mean? In certain counties.
I went to school in Florida for an entire
Hush,
year
Dan.
for 7th grade.
Right.
I went there for all of 7th grade. Yep.
Right?
It is just as horrible as you think it might
You're
be.
gonna get what you give.
Fake Dan, I think, went to his entire college there at UCF, right?
Yeah.
But that's a different story. Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah,
You'd be able
it's
to
different.
handle Mr. Rainick, right? That'd be fucking chill.
Yeah.
Like you're not a small child.
The head of the film department at UCF actually got arrested for child pornography. So
Oh no, we don't love CP. Do you know what I mean? We don't love a CP charge, but
we're not in a chomos.
you know, if you're doing
No
drugs
chomos.
and stuff, we're cool with that.
Yeah, but just not chomos. Rihanna says, "Happy little Friday, peeps." She's giving you a $5 here for Post Malone stealing the show.
Don't let Posty steal this $5. Oh, you win. You win,
I'd
Rihanna.
be shocked if he didn't rename the show Post Malone Revolution and then just did it on like episode 637. You know,
I
just
mean, I
started on
got
the
a
next
call.
episode.
I didn't. Obviously, I'm not going to do that, even though they offered me a shit ton
of money. Really funny.
No, I can't get on his level.
No, you can't. You can't. You're on a level of your own, Jabes.
Yeah.
You look great today.
Thank you.
We'll see on Monday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We got fake news in about 30 minutes here, kids, on this YouTube channel. So stay right here with us. If you're stuck at home for COVID or you've been laid off or whatever the fuck's going on, we're here again. I think this is the first day we've ever tried to go 3 live shows in a row.
We'll see.
So we'll see how it goes. But so far, so good.
Stay tuned, we could say.
Yeah,
stay tuned for the next show.
Stay tuned. Feels like a real news network.
I know.
So we're amped about that. And later on, when the sports show breaks off on its own, you'll be able to watch fucking fights and
Into the night.
With Dan, Giorgio, all of us. I'll pop in for the Ohio State ones, obviously.
Oh, obviously, yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
We'll make the throne for Daddy when he comes in.
Yeah, for the Buckeyes games, Daddy will be there. The doctor will be there. Thinking about getting one of those blow up ducks that goes around your belly for the because they get the drink holders in it. So that way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because if you're sitting on a couch with people, there's not drink holders there.
Sure.
So
it allows you to socially distance and keep your beer cold. So I think that's 2 wins.
Do not care about the social distance thing. So don't worry about that at all.
We tried, Giorgio.
Yeah, dude. We don't do that. We don't do that here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not even 6 feet apart away from you, Jessie. The magic of television is, but no, dude. If I stretched out, I'm 6'3". I could easily be licking the back of your calf if I laid down on the floor right now. It's weird, but it's true. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. We'll see you on Monday, everybody.
Good afternoon.